Before we get into the video, I want to acknowledge that Ahmad Hardy is currently rehabbing from a serious injury, and we are wishing him nothing but a full and fast recovery in hopes that he plays for the 2026 college football season. This video is about his tape, specifically his 2025 sophomore season at Missouri, and what it tells us about his prospect profile heading into what should be one of the most anticipated returns in college football. I want to be clear when I say this. Ahmad Hardy is the best running back prospect that I've ever scouted. And that's not a phrase I'm going to throw around. I remember in 2024 watching Ashton Jeanty's tape, or even last year watching Jeremiah Love's tape, or how about even 2022-23 studying a guy like Bijan Robinson and Jahmyr Gibbs. I've seen these elite running back prospects play, and I know what elite looks like. And when I tell you that Ahmad Hardy, especially his first burst off the line of scrimmage, is the most unique and talented thing that I've ever seen from a running back. And I mean that. He's not the most shifty prospect I've ever seen. He's not even the fastest. But when I say the most unique, the way he processes the snap, identifies the crease, and is already 2 steps into the hole before the defense even reacts, I have not seen that combination of vision and burst at the college level ever. Bijan Robinson had elite speed and shiftiness. Ashton Jeanty had vision, contact balance, and high-end speed. Jeremiah Love had the ideal size and power. Ahmad Hardy has all of it, and that first step is on a different level than any of them, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. The first thing I want you to watch is his first step out of the backfield and how explosive he is.
That can be all the difference.
They go right back to him. Why not? Couple of missed tackles. Ahmad Hardy is gone. Touchdown Mizzou. 71-yard run. Ahmad Hardy.
That burst, the way he hits the hole before the defense can even read the hole, that is not coachable. That is a trait that you either have or you just don't. And Ahmad Hardy has it at the highest level I've ever seen. Now, what happens when he doesn't get a clean lane?
To fight another day.
Right back to Hardy. Breaking a couple of tacklers. Refusing to go down. Ahmad.
That is contact balance. Most backs his size go down on the first contact. Ahmad Hardy stays upright, keeps his legs moving, and turns what should be a 2-yard gain into something much more. You see that consistently throughout the Missouri film. Next, let's talk about how he makes something out of nothing. This is one of my favorite because it shows the football IQ side of his game.
7 for 10 on 3rd down. High snap. Hardy makes something happen. Bouncing, scooting to the 40. Get off.
That is the elite ball carrier vision that he has. He sees the cutback before it even opens. That is not instinct alone. That is a guy who has processed the play faster than anyone else on the field. Now, let's watch him on some of my favorite plays, the toss plays.
Not just intermediate, but down the field.
Here's the pitch to Ahmad Hardy. Hardy cutting it back. Looking for the end zone. Trying to stay up.
Today, you think, could this be a trap game? And it has not been taken lightly by Mizzou. Hard running, Ahmad Hardy.
He is an absolute weapon on toss plays. The combination of that first burst and his vision in the space makes him genuinely dangerous every single time the play gets called. Defensive coordinators are going to have to account for this on every single down. And this play about him running through people, this tells you everything about his mentality.
There's 6 different guys hit him on that play, and he just kept turning forward.
Give it right back to him. Why not? Touchdown, Ahmad Hardy.
He is not dancing around trying to avoid contact. He is straight running through these people. For a running back his size to consistently lower his shoulder and win those situations against SEC competition linebackers and defensive tackles, that matters at the next level. But here's the other side of that coin. Watch what happens when big nose tackles even try to swallow him up.
Spurred in the middle of December during the college football playoff run for the Nittany Lions. And a huge hole for Ahmad Hardy.
Opportunities coming up here on the horizon.
Here's Hardy. Look at Hardy. Ahmad Hardy into the end zone.
He just slips away every single time. It looks effortless, but that is elite body control. That is the difference between a running back who gets stuffed for no gain and a running back who turns a broken play into 4 yards in the first down. Now, here's where the conversation gets interesting. Let's talk about Ashton Jeanty, one of the most hyped running back prospects in recent memory, and rightfully so. The numbers he put up at Boise State were genuinely ridiculous. nearly 5,000 career rushing yards, 50 touchdowns, and 6.5 yards per carry, with elite vision, elite contact balance, and a great burst. Sound familiar? Because it should. But here is one thing that every scout quietly noted when evaluating Ashton Jeanty. He never played a single snap at the Power 4 level. His entire college career was at Boise State in the Mountain West, and while no one can take that away what he did there, there's always been a question mark. How does this translate when the defensive line is bigger, faster, and more sophisticated? That question was never answered on tape. It got answered theoretically when he got drafted. Teams bet on the talent and made peace with the unknown. Hardy does not have that unknown. See, he started at the Group of 5 level, same as Ashton Jeanty in terms of competition. And then he went to Missouri, into the SEC, and he did not just survive. He put up the second most rushing yards in the entire country against one of the best conferences in college football. That is the thing Ashton Jeanty never did. That is the hole in Jeanty's resume the Hardy's resume does not have. And look, Jeanty is a great prospect. He's a generational running back talent. The traits are real, and the teams that pass him are probably going to regret it. This is not a hit at Ashton Jeanty. But when you are evaluating prospects, the question you always have to ask is, what do we actually know versus what are we projecting? With Ashton Jeanty, there was always a projection component. With Ahmad Hardy, though, there's not. The Power 4 test has already been taken. He's already passed it, and with flying colors. Now here's what makes this even more remarkable for Ahmad Hardy. What I just showed you today was his sophomore year film. His best football has not even been played yet. That 300-yard rushing game against Mississippi State, the SEC Newcomer of the Year award, the Doak Walker finalist nod, all of that came in year 1 at Missouri against Power 4 competition. He still has eligibility remaining. He is still developing. And whenever he gets back healthy, all signs point to him being locked in on that recovery. He is going to come back with something to prove on top of everything he's already shown. The prospect profile heading into next season is as complete as any running back in the country. Group of 5 dominance. Screw it, Power 4 dominance now. Elite traits across the board, and the chip on his shoulder coming off an injury. The running back position in these drafts have been loaded with talent. But when you sit down and watch Ahmad Hardy's sophomore tape, not even his ceiling, not his projection, just what he's already shown on film against real competition, the prospect profile is more complete than anyone else in this cycle. He did something Jeanty never did. He proved it at both levels. And he did it in his sophomore season. Ahmad Hardy is the greatest running back prospect that I have ever scouted. And everybody is going to realize it next year.